Welcome to TheoTRADE. This is Don Kaufman. It's August 13th, 2025. 30 minutes to go to the cash close here on this Wednesday afternoon. Looking at the markets, largely mixed. S&P is up 13, Nasdaq massively unchanged. But just take a look for a second at the Russell and the Dow. I mean, the Russell, 2%. It's the little engine that could. I actually want to start with that here on this Wednesday evening's video. The Russell is absolutely on fire. Right off the bat, I get a kind of question like, are we out of everything else to buy at this point? I mean, you've seen sell-side activity in Meta, a little bit of sell-side activity in NVIDIA. Again, Microsoft, but all of a sudden we're buying Russell and buying it in a big way, okay? Does a quarter point cut actually mean that small caps are going to fly? Apparently in this situation, the answer is absolutely, because when you look at this, and it is a stellar move, when you look at it, we hit the upper edge of the expected move last week in the IWM, and you're shattering it this week, okay? There unto itself, this could be a trade opportunity. For those of you that actually know exactly what the trade opportunity and the setup is, guess what? I'm going to bring that up tomorrow right here in the opening hour of TheoTRADE. But let's get right down to business here in this evening's video. One of the things that's pretty apparent, like if any of this rally continues, and if you're on the side of that rally here, ride the gamma. Like, look, ride some of the gamma squeeze, like ride the lightning. It is what you want to do in this marketplace right now. And I'm going to show a couple of examples of exactly that, okay? So when I'm talking about riding the gamma, we've seen phenomenal gamma squeezes, okay, in a number of products lately. I mean, just, you don't have to look much further than like Apple, okay? But personally, I just do not think that Apple is opportunistic now just to ride it for like a couple of days, because, well, this is, as I said, it had like almost a 5 standard deviation move. It's the upper edge of the expected move again this week. I mean, this particular gamma move has likely played out. And for those of you that have no clue what I'm talking about, like, what do you ride the gamma? Okay, what the gamma basically means is there's not a lot of action right now in the stock. Like, people go, no, there's a lot of stock volume. Like, I get that there's stock volume, okay? But what's driving volume in the stock, okay, is the activity inside of the options marketplace. I mean, just Apple has already traded 1.4 million contracts today. 1.4 million option contracts. Remember, an option contracts, the equivalency, it's a contract, so it's equivalency of 100 shares of stock. And how many shares of stock would it take to actually hedge off 1.4 million option contracts? The answer is, well, there's 56 million shares trading today. Let's just say the majority of those shares are trading because of the options. And when I'm talking about kind of riding these gamma squeezes, what retail is doing, okay, along with proprietary trading firms, they're rushing the market, okay, to buy calls. And when you buy calls, the dealer is known as the market maker, okay, is what? Is selling you, okay, those calls. And you go, why do they have to sell it? Because the dealer makes a fair and two-sided market. If the market's, $3, okay, at, for instance, 305, you're buying them what? You're buying them all day long here, okay, 305. That market maker is more than happy to sell you them. They'll sell you the calls, and they have to, because they're making a fair and two-sided market. But then the market maker turns around and they buy stock, okay? Buy stock. And when they do buy the stock, what does it do? It actually causes these kind of feedback loops and these parabolic moves. And then what happens is you turn around, buy more calls, or some other retail trader buys more calls. Guess what? Market maker not only has to buy more stock to hedge the calls that you just bought, they also have to kind of re-hedge the calls that they already sold to you. So you get caught in these crazy feedback loops. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this. As I said, you kind of want to ride the squeeze, ride the lightning. You want to see a good example of it, okay? This one is kind of in past tense. Just bear with me for 1 second. Kind of in past tense. Take a look at Bitcoin. which is, you're like, oh, that doesn't trade. It does. It's actually trading some decent options in and around, okay, crypto now. You're actually seeing a lot of activity in some of the different and various products around crypto. But here's actually a perfect example of we're flat, came right up here, breakout to the upside. Okay, and now I'm actually going to show you that's one that isn't kind of past tense, but there's a lot of these, right? Now I'm going to show you one that's right on the dance floor. And what do I mean by that? Well, something that's like, poised to possibly break to the upside, and you're going to want to ride this. Take a look at none other than Micron. So Micron's actually reversed today. It might take a few days to do this, but Micron has come right up, okay, and is matching, okay, some of the recent highs. Now, back up for just 1 second before you get all hopped up over here. Micron has been higher than this, okay? But again, kind of matching the high. What I'm looking to do, okay, is just kind of ride this thing and ride the squeeze as soon as it hits anywhere around like 130, okay? And if it does hit 130, it's going to explode higher, and you want to be part of it. How do you actually trade it? Well, again, that's exactly what I'm going to cover in kind of the first hour of TheoTRADE tomorrow is the types of trades. It's easy enough. Like people go, what's the win rate on something like this? It's easy enough to establish a win rate. That has nothing to do though with success. The trade, the strategy, okay, that you're going to embark upon is everything in terms of success. I don't give, two craps about being right or wrong over here. I'm telling you, if this thing hits, okay, this 129, 130, it ignites to the upside. Why? Because there's a lot of parameters and a lot of people, okay, scanning for the same stuff. And the second they actually see that thing hit that 129, 130, they're going to rush and they're going to buy calls, period. On another one, I think you guys have heard of this stock. It's called Google, okay? Where's Google right now? Oh, it's right there. This thing hits like, 206, 207, okay? You're gold, Jerry, gold. We're going to explode to the upside. There are dozens right now. Dozens of these setups. I'm just bringing up two of them, okay? Bringing up two of them because you look at something like Google. Google's actually matching right now almost all-time highs. And the cool thing about this strategy is like, okay, it's set up. I gotta jump in. The irony is you don't necessarily have to jump in right now, okay? Wait for that trigger to hit, and then it will ignite. One of the ones I was doing a ways back, okay, was actually in Palantir. This is actually a trade, a ways back that I did where it actually came back down. I caught it back in the upside, okay, and we burst. We absolutely burst to the upside in here, kind of like, literally, okay, like within minutes of actually triggering, if you will, this 145 level, the stock actually ignited, okay. Look, these gamma squeezes, they're all over the place, and as long as the marketplace remains resilient, okay, the gamma squeezes are going to be there. The concern right now, and there is a concern in the marketplace, all of a sudden we started like, again, a 2% move inside of the Russell, okay, definitely speaks volumes. It just does. The advanced decline line's not great, but we're a slop fest today. We're not really selling. We're not really selling Nasdaq. My concern though is like, again, you got a 2%, increase inside of Russell. So all of a sudden small caps are in. And we're starting to sell a few of the bigger stocks, okay? But maybe it's just a momentary lapse of reason. I'll give you just one other area that I'm watching right now, and that happens to be VVIX. The volatility of the VIX is bid to the tune of about 4.4% today. Why? I don't know. Okay, you want to sit here and try to prognosticate, well, I think this is coming. Who cares? Doesn't matter what you think, okay? It matters what you know. What do you know? Somebody is buying hedges in the VIX. That's what you know, okay? Go with what you know, not what you think. Somebody's buying hedges in the VIX. You do actually have the Russell up some 2%, so there's change afoot. But right now, okay, watch for some of those gamma squeezes. Why not? Okay, ride the lightning with everybody else. Why? School of what's working right now. Thanks everybody for joining us here at TheoTRADE. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.